Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are playing Orwell, keeping an eye on you. This is described as Big Brother has arrived and it's you. Investigate the lives of citizens to find those responsible for a series of terror attacks. But be warned, the information you supply will have consequences. So, very mysterious. Can't wait to get into it. So let's go, okay? So, first things off, we've got welcome. You've been accepted into Orwell. Please create a profile. Profile 1. Empty profile. Create. Let's go. Congratulations. You have been selected for the Orwell test phase. Please create a profile. Right. So, what are we going to be called? Well, we could just do it kind of simple to start off with, and it could just be me, right? I can't have capital D? No? Okay. Okay. Obviously, probably you wouldn't use your real name for this. Next step. Oh. Ooh, we get to choose a profile picture. Okay, lots. Let's go for this one. Next. Optional. Definitely... Definitely optional. Not putting anything in there. Be diligent. Your work has severe impact. Please agree to the following terms. I'm aware that my actions may severely impact the lives of citizens of the nation. I will work thoroughly and judge objectively in the best of my belief. While working, I will adhere to the laws and jurisdiction of the nation. I agree to the terms stated above. Okay, finish. Thank you for ensuring the safety of the nation's people. Your registration is now complete. Oh. Okay. No records, okay. Pretty chill people. Just a regular day in this city. So we're in Freedom Plaza on April... Wow, I was about to say 2nd. April 12th, 2017. It is 7:49, I'm going to assume AM. I would hope that they're using 24-hour time. Ooh. Police record found. Okay. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is the terror attack. Maybe the first. Episode 1. The clocks were striking 13. Symes, you're online. Good. Call me Symes. I will be your advisor on Orwell. Together, we will form both the first and the last line of defense against terrorism. For this test phase, you are one of the first people to try out the Orwell system under real circumstances. Select from thousands of applicants from across the globe. Wow. Normally, congratulations would be in order, but as you can see from that footage, there has been an incident. So let's get started. I've activated the reader tool for you. Its purpose is storing bookmarks to online websites and documents for easy access, and to highlight when there is new information to be investigated. First, I want you to be informed of the situation. Our leading newspaper, the National Beholder, will bring you up to speed. So, now it is the next day, April 13th, 2017. It's 12 degrees Celsius outside, if that means anything. Okay. Close that. So, the reader headlines. Get some headlines. The leading newspaper of the nation. Oop. Feel free to browse the National Beholder. I've activated the profile. Open the unknown person file once you're done. Okay. Okay. Bomb obliterates Freedom Memorial and kills 3. Negotiations of Triflith failed. Okay, so let's read these articles. Detonation destroys the Freedom Memorial in Bonton. 3 people killed, 5 severely injured. Terrorist ambitions suspected as a mysterious letter reaches authorities. At approximately, it was 7:50 p.m. Are you kidding me? They should be using 24-hour time. Anyway, at approximately 7:50 p.m. on Wednesday evening, an explosive device detonated at the Freedom Plaza in Bonton. According to official police reports, 3 people were killed and at least 5 bystanders were severely wounded. The Freedom Memorial was nearly completely destroyed. Police forces closed off the area immediately. Experts believe the attack was an act of terror, with police confirming that the explosive device was homemade and triggered from a short distance away using a cell phone signal. Police reports also confirm that several hours earlier, an anonymous letter containing the first 3 stanzas of the German folk song, not gonna try and even, I'm just gonna butcher that, The Thoughts Are Free, had reached local authorities. Prime Minister Blaine immediately issued a public press statement firmly condemning the assault and put the nation on high alert until the perpetrators have been brought to justice. Okay. Back. So, negotiations in Triflith failed. Peace negotiations in the riot-ridden Pargesian capital of Triflith have been aborted without any result last night. Independent sources report that President Kazat abruptly cut off communication with opposition representatives as the latter presented a tangible plan for the organization of re-elections. The news about the premature cancellation of the negotiation caused thousands of people to resume demonstrations in the capital. It had been reported that demonstrators wearing hoods threw incendiary material into the shop windows and onto cars. The police struggled to keep the situation under control. Prime Minister Blaine stated his worries about the negative developments regarding the political situation of the neighboring country and has requested both sides to resume diplomatic discussions. And then we have movie shooting completed. Shooting of the Grey Shadow saga has finalized, 3rd part of the saga to hit movie theaters next Valentine's Day. After a lengthy shoot in the hills of Bonton, self-proclaimed visionary director Sumashi Aran announced that filming of his eagerly awaited romantic drama, 100 Grey Shadows, has finally come to an end. Announced via his timeline's profile yesterday, the brash director said he was eager to begin post-production and the final editing stages before the conclusion to the Grey Shadows series would hit the cinemas on Valentine's Day next year. The 3rd and final chapter in the Grey Shadow saga, previously released being A Grey Shadow and Another Grey Shadow, was announced to be released almost 4 years ago, but was postponed numerous times due to production problems. Fans have speculated that this was largely due to the breakdown of Hollywood power couple Betty Yvonne and Mike McDeal, who have had long-lasting quarrels during the filming as a result. One production hand was reported to say that these spats were getting out of control and that completion of any scene featuring both actors was nothing short of pulling teeth. When we reached out to Rhubarb Productions to get a comment, they declined the rumors and claimed them to be mere speculation. Okay. Okie dokie, okie dokie. I'm kind of interested in these little bits at the end of each. I'm sure these don't mean anything. I'm probably reading way too far into it. But there's different letters at the end of each article. I don't know if... See, this one, JP. Oh, that one's JP as well. I wonder if that maybe just... I don't know. I was going to say like the author. Initials of the author, but there's no word on who the author was. Okay. So it wants me to open the unknown person file once we're done. The profile holds all known information on those we investigate. The file you have opened is for our main suspect. The blue-haired woman that the CCTV footage shows before the assault is no stranger to the police. Take a look around the arrest record. Okie dokie, okie dokie. Physique. Here. Okay, this. Here we go. Okay. The highlighted elements in the record are pieces of data that are able to be extracted. We call these elements data chunks. Hovering over data chunks will reveal their relevance to the case and any connections or information it may influence. Drag and drop all data chunks from the police database into a profile to upload them to our servers. Okay. So, name. Oop. That's not highlighted. Okay, we'll get a picture. Oh, that's arrest date, not her date of birth. Very good. Pictures and names are crucial information for Orwell to identify a person. Information in documents can only become a data chunk when it can clearly be assigned to a target person. Add the reason for Miss Watergate's prior arrest that has been unlocked. We will need this info to progress. Got it. Okay. Previously arrested for assault on a police officer. Good. With the data you extracted from the police record, a new document can now be accessed. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you believe in coincidence? I do not. Find data revealing where she attacked the police officer, and you'll see what I mean. Is this woman a terrorist? Woman allegedly injured a police officer 2 weeks ago, remains in custody, trial scheduled for August. The case that keeps the media and the public guessing, Cassandra W., pictured above, who had allegedly injured a police officer severely 2 weeks ago, is still being held in custody. The young woman is accused of having hit the victim's head with a large brick. Holy Moses. The incident occurred during a rampage at the Freedom Plaza as part of a demonstration, against the newest amendments to the government's model project, the safety bill. Do we need to put this over here? Yeah. The exact same location as the assault, turns out. Then she turns up there right before the explosion. Surely not a coincidence. As you know, Miss Watergate is still running around freely. We should find out why exactly. She was kept in police custody and then all of a sudden she's there. And it's April. Like her trial is supposed to be in August. Why was she let out? We should also gather more background information on her. I want to know who we're really dealing with. Okay, due to the chaotic nature of the scene, police have not yet been able to connect the crime to the accused, Cassandra W., who is an artist by profession, has denied the accusations completely and has asked her fans to show their support. A trial has now been scheduled for mid-August. The case received nationwide attention when Catherine Delacroix, Secretary of Security, labeled the alleged perpetrator alongside other rioters as anti-governmental terrorists. Okay. Oh, we had this too. Hold on. Who is an artist by profession. Okay. That's her occupation. Got it. Yes. One who does street art by blowing memorials to pieces by any chance. He is 100% sure that is her. Great, you have found another document. Before we go on, let's clarify your job and how it affects mine, shall we? You have extracted all the info I already knew about Miss Watergate. Starting now, I'm going into this case blind. The Orwell Ethical Codex dictates that investigators, like yourself, are the only ones allowed to access the documents of target persons. Advisors like me only get to see the data provided by the investigators. We will then draw conclusions and request action. Okay. So I'm doing it and I pass on to him. Got it. Your primary job is to provide information you deem important. Never give away incorrect or misleading data. You may hit disable on a data chunk you do not want to pass on to Orwell. However, some data chunks might be necessary to progress on the case. Portfolio, Cassandra's Port. Harboring outstanding art. Cassandra Watergate. Hi, I'm Cassie, a colorful inhabitant of Wonderland right behind the rainbow. Glad you found me. Finally found the courage to quit my dull day job, focus on my art career, and put my stuff on Portfolio. Below you'll find a hand-picked selection of my latest works. You can browse through them by clicking on the arrows on the left and right side of the pictures below. See something you like? Well, of course you do, because it's freaking awesome, isn't it? Leave a message on my UTEL account, thecassie92, and tell me which piece you'd like. I'm gonna make a fine print art and ship it right away to your doorstep. Best thing, free of charge. Now off you go and have fun. Hey. We got some kitties. Yep, that beaut is me. I was never sure of the title though. Wow. The Businessman's Forgotten Daughter, or Victim of Traditionalism in Pink. What do you think? We need to put this over here. So she maybe doesn't have a good relationship with her father. A Christmas present for my darling. This was actually meant to be a private piece, but oh well, I have a hard time keeping it to myself. Okay. Okay, and then, yeah, the cat again. My beloved furball, Kikiko. Definitely the only family I need. So she has this account. Good, you found a chat handle. That will allow us to overhear any conversation on that account. The listener has now been unlocked. New conversations will appear whenever they're started. Okay. We can, interesting. We should find out what that job was. I wonder if this is, like, needed. This seems like not necessary information. Let's go to the listener. Hey, you. Hey, Jossie. I can't seem to find my credit card. I assume you took it, right? You got me, Sherlock. I'm in the middle of buying all of Bonton with that platinum card I lifted from your desk. Can't stop me now. So admitting to a crime? Well, luckily for you, don't mind you going on a splurge as long as you pick up some wine for dinner. Wine? What does Joseph Langley, my fearless attorney, an all-round badass, have in mind this time? Prob's just a business call from one of his favorite clients. Actually, yes, that is exactly what's going to happen. Very serious business, Cassandra. Oh. Wink, wink. I thought as much. Guess I better pick up shitloads of wine. You'll have to get this client of yours pretty buzzed to handle all that business. 1 bottle should be fine. She's a lightweight. Oh, whatever. I guess I shouldn't pick up some of those party pills from Big Pharma, aka my parents then. Oh, come on. I was only teasing. Speaking of your parents, when are you going to tell them about us? Yeah, maybe. Gotta go now. Text you later. XOXO. Gossip girl. Okay, so her parents work in pharmaceuticals. Watergate. Pharma entrepreneurs. That does ring a bell. Okay, and we had something. So she's seen this person. And then we can do a profile for him. You now have a profile for a related person. It can be accessed via the profiler. Got it. Data chunks will only appear for targeted persons and can only be extracted into their relevant profiles. So admitting to a crime? Okay. Wait, she stole the credit card of her lawyer? Really? Well, we should be able to track the credit card of this Langley down and lock it for him. Done. No, really. No need to thank me, Mr. Langley. Okay. Okay, we can't click that. We can go back to Reader. How do we go back to profiles? Here? Do we want to... Okay, we'll just go over to these ones. Procedure closing raises manipulation suspicions. Investigation into the malicious injury of a police officer has been dropped due to a lack of evidence. Speculated that the accused parents manipulated the trial. Ooh. Orwell informs me you just encountered conflicted data chunks. Whenever the content of two data chunks are at odds with one another, those will be shown as conflicted. When you extract one of the data chunks containing a conflict, the others will become invalid immediately. I highly recommend that you clarify the context of the conflict before you proceed. Though this is your decision, once the information has been passed, there is no way to reverse your choice. The case that has been center of media attention for the last month has finally come to an end. Cassandra W. was acquitted of all alleged assault against a police officer before the trial took place. Okay, so that's why she's no longer in custody. With the case closed due to a lack of evidence yesterday. However, the case might be reopened should new evidence be discovered. The suspect's lawyer, Joseph Langley, pictured above, welcomed the outcome. At no point has there ever been any valid evidence that my client was guilty. At no point at all. The revered defense attorney commented during a post-trial press gathering. The defense successfully brought video evidence depicting the incident in question, which eventually turned the tide of the proceedings. Meanwhile, the relatives of the victim expressed their disappointment on hearing the result of the lawsuit. They openly voiced their concern that the wealthy family of the accused might have influenced the outcome in her favor. The victim, a father of 2 young sons, was rushed to hospital after the incident in mid-July, where he is still in an induced coma, unresponsive to treatment. Wow. So, what are we conflicting? can't click on anything here. Oh, because I'm in him. Let's do products. Watergate Pharmaceuticals. Okay. Watergate Pharmaceuticals enriches lives with our industry-leading range of products, making an important contribution to your well-being. Below, you'll find a small selection of our most popular products. A Hexotul cough drops that fight against irritation of the throat based on natural herbs. Compensum activating pills against migraines and strong headaches. Focusin medication that increases concentration and cerebral performance. Ferruol active medication for the alleviation of arthritic joint pain. Methorin antidepressant to help stabilize your emotions. Spiron all-round painkiller that dissolves in water. And zamirolinite soothing pills for a good night's rest against occasional sleeping problems and for acute application when suffering from insomnia. Okie dokie. Okay, so we put in here that the criminal case closed due to a lack of evidence. Products, we got that. Company. Oh, okay, here we go. The name Watergate has been inseparable from progression and improvement of pharmaceutical research for more than 80 years. Watergate Pharmaceuticals is one of the nation's leading companies in the area of medicine, and at the same time is the largest medication exporter to all areas of the world. The business Watergate Pharmaceuticals Incorporated has been in the hands of the Watergate family, owning and managing the firm ever since its foundation in 1931. So here we have Bruno Watergate, who is the CEO, which I'm going to assume is Cassandra's father. The CEO of Watergate Pharmaceuticals Incorporated is Bruno Watergate, grandson of our founder, Edgar Watergate. Apart from working in the family business, Mr. Watergate is also the founder of the Central Pharmacy Congress and head of the charity foundation Children of Pages. This is a terrifying image. Oh my gosh. So here we have Dr. Alice Watergate, head of research and development, is the husband of Bruno and holds a PhD in biology and chemistry. Yeah, so she leads the research and development laboratories. Then we have Cassandra Watergate. She is a junior COO. Will soon be joining the executive ranks. Her business acumen and unique flair will write the next chapter of our 85-year strong legacy. So, I believe that this was her quote-unquote dull job before then being an artist. So we got this. Ah, now I see. Keeping it a family affair. And this was her previous job. I guess that way everything stays in the family. Being an artist and a junior COO seems quite odd. She mentioned she had quit a dull job, didn't she? Yes, so that very well could have been it. Documents that you have already reviewed may be updated from time to time as events unfold. The reader will notify you when that happens. The National Beholder just published a new article. You may want to take a look and see if there's any new information available. Okay, so we got some new headlines. The crime rate continues to drop. The Ministry of Security has presented latest numbers on crime statistics in the country. Never before have there been so few violent crimes. On Thursday morning, the Minister of Security published the new crime statistic report for the preceding year. According to the report, the number of recorded criminal offenses decreased by 4.8% in comparison to last year. The crime rates have been continuously declining over the past several years as a direct result of the implementation of the safety bill. Secretary of Security Catherine Delacroix appeared very pleased by these numbers and declared this development an outstanding result of successful safety policy. When confronted with the recent assault in Bonton, she once again admitted the ambitious goals of the government have not yet been accomplished. She further mentioned that activities are currently being established, which will have a considerable impact preventing further incidents. Okay. I don't think we have another. They're still the same articles that we read before. Is there more that we can see here? Jobs. Okay, so do they have any jobs available? So now they're looking for a chief operating officer. So this kind of gives us the information that Cassandra did quit this job, which we'll put over here. Okay, nothing else there. Or maybe I was wrong and nothing stays in the family. Ouch. This is probably what she meant about quitting her job. Good. Currently, I am thinking that our Miss Watergate underwent quite a radical change, don't you agree? Let's find out what happened between these two lives of hers. What may have caused this radical shift. Okay. Cassandra's timeline. Okay, you're invited to Tea Inside the Rabbit Hole. Timelines of her. Her birthday was September 13, 1992. Her interests are art, music, and activism. This is what she likes. The targets, painting, Alice in Wonderland, and her cat. Art, music, activism. What a lineup. Okay. Okay, so she posted about, you know, quitting her job. She called it Far Away from the Shackles of Watergate Farmer. Oh, this person's claiming that mommy and daddy won't like this and that they pay for her stuff. Okay, but then she's saying that her art makes her a lot of money. Here we go. Despised puppets of the state, you have finally managed to destroy us entirely. There is nothing left to do but congratulate you. These are my personal wishes to you from the deepest abyss of my heart. Fuck all of you government lackeys. Most painfully, Cassandra. Sweetie, what is the matter? That totally doesn't sound like you. We haven't hung out for ages. You gotta get out from time to time. You'll feel much better. Cassandra says, Mary, just shut your freaking mouth, okay? I'm not in the mood for your stupid act. I told you again and again, I cannot deal with this right now. This is conflicting data. Okay, upload. Okay. Got it. Okay, then she posted that she is in a relationship with Joseph Langley. Put that over. It's confirmed. With her lawyer? Might be noteworthy. Okay, this article we already read. Is that something? No, we already... Okay, yeah, that just leads us to it, I think. She has a date. Case closed. People celebrating that the case was closed. changed her profile picture. That we need to put that over there. That changes her picture. Sorry, lady. Hey, people saying it looks nice. So henceforth, Cassandra shall be known to the world as Catharsis. Okay. Nickname, I guess. An alias. An alias name. You know, people on the web, so many names, so many identities. It's always good to record every alias. Then we can match data chunks to target persons whenever they are using them. Okay, and then this is saying, now I'd like to invite you to our little activist group. This is Harrison O'Donnell. If you want to join us, would be nice to have you with us for the protest on the Freedom Plaza on Friday. Okay, let's put that over there. So then we might get a Harrison O'Donnell profile, possibly. An activist group, is there anything more specific? And talking about a new band. We won't put that over there. So yellow is conflicting, as we know. And if I try and put it over there... Oh, and it does let me put it over there. See that? No conflict. Oh, okay, I see. So they were friends. How sweet. But then is it... Okay, then there's not... That doesn't go over there. Okay, that's fine. Okie day. Get back over here. We already read this. Oh, the listener. Here we go. Another one from Joseph. Hey, did you hear about the Freedom Plaza bombing? Yeah, don't mind me. You know, I have a history with that place. Don't remind me, sorry. Already fucking me up enough that I have to catch a bus from there every day. Too many bad memories, and now I was just there moments before this happened. Ugh, I never should have done that goddamn protest. Darling, you don't need to justify yourself to anybody, especially not to me. I was so happy when Goldfells accepted me into thought. I desperately wanted to go. I think I was supposed to say into it, though. Into something, though. I'm not sure. Into thought, or as a member of the group called Thought. Okay, I see. Think of it this way. If you would not have gone to the protest, then you never would have been wrongfully indicted. And then we would have never met. Yeah, and I would not have been called a terrorist in all the papers. You are not a terrorist, okay? Aren't I? You sure? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh, damn it. What? Your card's not working here. Can't buy anything. Have you gone bankrupt or something? Unless you went on a shopping spree, there should be plenty of money on there. I guess we'll have to go without wine then. Here's the thing. I've got an important appointment tonight. It's surprisingly out of schedule and I can't postpone it. You've got to be kidding me. I'm very sorry, darling. We'll see each other tomorrow. You always have an appointment. Appointment here, appointment there, appointment ever fucking where. How can you constantly do this to me? Darling, please just calm down. Have you taken your Metherin? Ooh. Yes, damn it. Is the only thing that matters to you that I'm on fucking happy pills all day? Darling, please, it's nothing like that and you know it. So I keep my mouth shut whenever you leave me hanging. If I don't show up to this appointment, I risk losing a very important client. Fine. Don't you understand that? Oh no, I totally understand. Don't you risk losing the very important client of yours? Cassie, don't be like that. I get it. I guess I'm just not an important client anymore. Oh, come on, Cassie. Going home now in case I'm getting up on that priority list of yours anytime soon. Please. Session closed. Okie dokie. So let's go back up to here. And we know that she takes Methorin. What's this Methorin? Can you look that up for me, please? Okay, so we already technically did. But we'll, we have it here. It's an antidepressant. She might be emotionally unstable if she's reliant on this medication. Why is this still, like, telling me something? Am I supposed to look at this? Safety bill? The safety bill is a collection of safety-centered laws and statuses created with the ultimate goal to protect the freedom of the nation's citizens. Central to the safety bill is the simplified, sped-up process of taking investigative measures against criminal suspects and their prosecution, as well as the provision of an increased budget for safety-related expenses. The safety bill also paved the way for stricter regulations concerning immigration and general travel into or transiting through the nation. It also became mandatory to inform employers whenever an applicant or employee is an ex-convict or otherwise regarded potentially dangerous. Since the safety bill has come into effect in 2011, the total numbers of acts of crime and terrorism committed have been decreasing continuously, and the trend is ongoing to date. Okay, the Pages peacekeeping mission. The terrorist incident of 2008 was the terrible consequence of our troops from Pages, a region torn by civil unrest for years. By the order of the previous government, to fix our predecessors' mistakes, the party, when elected in 2009, immediately made preparations to send our highly reliable soldiers back to safeguard the region for the good of inhabitants of both countries alike. After the Pages peacekeeping mission had been signed in 2011, our troops were sent off to the neighboring country to perform tasks including the distribution of aid packages containing food in addition to health and hygiene products to the mostly impoverished population, the rebuilding of infrastructure, particularly hospitals and schools, upholding the law and public order alongside the removal of war relics such as anti-personnel mines or unexpected bombshells, and training local police and military forces. Due to a recent stabilization in the Pages, we have been able to reduce the number of station forces while leaving the overall goals of the peacekeeping mission intact. Okay. So we're trying to find out what might have caused her to change in character between now and before the presumed attack on the police officer. So looking back at her timeline, we have this where she's... wrong profile. Where she's extremely angry at the government. Well, Miss Watergate, we aren't too fond of you either. Looking at what you have extracted so far, we're dealing with a potentially dangerous personality. I'll indicate that to law enforcement. So if we go back to the chat threads, we can see in here, go back up, that we didn't get everything in here. So she was accepted into a group called The Thought. So we want to learn about that. An activist group called Thought. Interesting. Maybe this is what influenced her. And who is Goldfels? We should find something that shows her current attitude and see if we're following the right person. Okay, so we've got the Thought now. The thoughts are free. If liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear. George Orwell. Okay, so we've got a bunch of entries. Let's start from entry 1. Oh, it's private. These are all archived. So maybe we want to do this one. Freedom is unfree. Published in September 2016. Okay, so several months before this. It's cams everywhere, even at the Freedom Plaza. Is it just me, or is that more than just a little bit? I don't know. Ironic? You probably all know me as either that blue-haired punk bitch, stupid cunt, or anti-governmental terrorist. These are only some of the names I've been called during the criminal investigation against me. That was just because I'm in the middle of chaos. Someone believed to have seen me hurt a police officer. It never even occurred to anybody that it wasn't me. We were there because we wanted a peaceful protest. We have always been against violence. So this is conflicting. Yeah, so... yeah, we don't want to put that in because it's saying that she's against violence. When maybe she's not. Once would assume that in an age where there are cams everywhere, it should be easy to prove whether I was at all involved or not. But it wasn't. It took weeks of investigative custody to figure out that the cam footage was actually not clearly showing anything at all, which raises the question, why are there so many cams in the first place? The answer is intimidation only. You keep calm, quiet, and careful when there are cameras around, or you fear that there are cameras where you cannot see. When founding this blog years ago, Abraham predicted pretty much this for all of the web, and now it's in our real lives too. We have been brought to the Freedom Memorials since we were kids at school. We were told lavish tales about the founders of the nation, told to show national pride. And I know what you're thinking now. This thing is damn ugly. What is that donut even? The let freedom ring, but the statement behind this ridiculously enormous heap of stones should be clear. In the middle of the Capitol, there is a symbol of freedom. Comprehensible symbolism for everyone, isn't it? With the cameras there, this is now the Plaza of Unfreedom, if anything at all. No comments on it. So we do have a link in this article, which we will go to. Our thoughts still free. And published by Goldfels. We go to this. Articles 5. Registered since 2012. Last logged in 2016. Interesting. December 2016. Let's go back. Let's read his article. I propose to consider the question, are our thoughts still free? While this might seem to be a surprising question, in our current world of ever-growing digital surveillance, freedom of thought is no longer self-evident. Dear reader, there is a German folk song called The Thoughts Are Free. It goes like this. Thoughts are free, who can guess them? They fly by like nocturnal shadows. No man can know them, no hunter can shoot them. With powder and lead, thoughts are free. I think what I want and what delights me, still always reticent, and as it is suitable, my wish and desire no one can deny me, and so it will always be, thoughts are free. And if I'm thrown into the darkest dungeon, all these are futile works, because my thoughts tear all gates and walls apart, thoughts are free. When I was still young, long before I immigrated to the nation in 1993, I believed this to be an universal truth, that there are no borders for thoughts and no rules for what is. or is not allowed to be thought. This was not because I thought people should be so tolerant, not at all. Instead, I simply held it dear that nobody except for ourselves really knows what is going on in our heads until we choose to reveal it. Yesterday, a question crossed my mind. The increasing interconnectedness of humans via modern technology serves more and more as a collective memory and brain of our society, and there is an institution that is capable of monitoring every bitstream of it. How can thoughts still be free? Is it not likely that we will communicate only under great mental reservation to hold on to our knowledge, which means, as a final consequence, we will stop thinking? When I think of the increasingly aggressive operations of the surveillance machinery in the nation, I truly fear the answer to this question. That is why I created this blog. I want to encourage alternatives to the total control and safety bigotry of this digital world. Yours sincerely, A. Goldfells. We do have 3 comments. One is a guest. Hey Goldfelds, interesting name by the way, just stumbled upon your new blog and that's some truth you tell there. The web was born in the sense of the ultimate freedom to be who you want to be, express yourself, wasn't it? Now the government has come to threaten this with real name policies and shit. Save your IP so they can look up who you are, so you don't say anything wrong, possibly. About time someone did something. Well, if you didn't have one before, you've just gained yourself your first follower. Frankly, Goldfells replied, frankly, I am surprised to find someone here at all. I thought nobody would ever find this blog at all. Thank you very much for your kind words, and yes, I'm very delighted to have a first follower. And the guest replied with, hello admin, I like your things too. Could you one, but now even more? That doesn't make sense to me. To get a service on search engine optimization independent. Others get clicks and more money for you, now use. Okay, so kind of like a little spam comment. I think we see there. Let's go back. Was there anything to, yeah, conflicting? This is where we were, okay. Let's go to her timeline. It's telling us to go to her timeline. Show conflict. I don't know. This kind of seems like finally someone who had the grit and explosives to show how futile surveillance is. This seems like she wanted it to happen. I suspected as much. Seems we're looking at the right person. Like to hear. Alright. What we've found so far is all good and interesting, but I think we should be searching for something a little more concrete. We have to dig deeper. Let's do some more listening. Juliet Carrington. Hey, Cassie. Hey, Jules. Cassie, I just wanted to know. Your post on timelines about this assault. You really shouldn't write something like that. Really, Jules, you're not going to preach to me about this stupid post, are you? No, I just wanted to know what's wrong, Cassie. It's nothing. Just between the two of us. I just had to let off steam, you know? It's because of what happened, isn't it? Yeah, and lots of other shit today. This bombing stirred up all of this crap again. You know, what I did. What happened there wasn't your fault. Cassie, you hurt that officer to save me, and you succeeded. You mustn't forget about that. That was so brave. How can it not have been my fault? Juliet, I smashed the freaking skull of a father of 2 children because I lost it. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Who knows what would have happened if you hadn't stopped him? And why is this... And this is why you really should remove this post. I feel like an asshole, the worst kind of asshole. I might be free, but not rightly so. I'm not innocent. Oh, Cassie, nobody is innocent. You'll have to let go. Okay, so... So admitted, and that's a conflicting one. Whoa. What? She openly admitted to such a violent act? This is perfect. We can arrest her and open the investigation again. Very good work. The intervention team is already on its way. We'll need to wait for confirmation. In Miss Watergate's case, it was not a problem to get her address with the help of local police due to her formal record. I thought about what you said. Maybe you're right. I should take the post down. It'd be better, believe me. Wait a second. Somebody is at the door. Be right back. Okay, I'll wait. By the way, how is your boyfriend? You're still together? You haven't been talking about him at all much lately. Well, not as much as before. Hello? Are you still there? Cassie? I'll inquire if all went well with arresting Miss Watergate. You did a good job on the case. Although we have no proof she's involved in the bombing, we might be able to question her. And with that admission of guilt, she will probably serve some time. Okay, I just received confirmation that she is now in custody. Very good work indeed. I'm curious about this thought group though. Whether they... Oh god. No, take a look at the news. Oh my gosh. Breaking news, 2 dead after second explosion. Explosive charge set off at Stelligan University in Boston. That is horrible. 2 dead, similar approach, same letter found. So these assaults are connected. And if that wasn't enough already, Miss Watergate was in custody at the time. So that's her out of the picture. At least for this attack. Ugh, this complicates matters massively. So much for a simple test case. I need to speak to my superiors, see how we are to proceed given these extenuating circumstances. You did good today. You can log off and get some rest by clicking the button at the top right of the desktop. Try to get some sleep. I have a feeling the next few days are going to be trying at best. Hey, shall we read this anyway, for the time being? Once again, a letter has been received just before the crime. Half an hour ago, an explosion occurred at the campus of Bonton University. According to latest reports, at least 2 people were killed with a further 3 injured severely. The area was evacuated immediately. According to yet unconfirmed statements, the city administration office of Bonton received an anonymous letter just minutes prior to the detonation, which again contained the first 3 stanzas of the German folk song, "The Thoughts Are Free," exactly like the letter received before the assault on the Freedom Plaza yesterday. We will inform you about any developments of this event as soon as further details are available. Okay. It's getting real. But we will leave it there for the first episode, which I assume is the first episode, and then as the new day rolls in will be the second episode of Orwell, keeping an eye on you. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.